Hello everybody. Welcome back tonight. We are working on a slightly modified Charles Dearing pattern. Just got this thing glued down. It's a quick piece. Highly modified in that we have knocked down a lot of detail so that we can cut this on an 8x10. We gotta drill us a couple of pilots here first. Number 60 drill bit. Alright. 66 cuts there. And tonight, this is only 1/8 inch. I will be using one single 000 blade if I'm lucky. I don't plan on breaking any blades tonight. And I wasn't planning on dropping them all on the floor either. Just one. More Christmas gifts. Christmas orders. Where do we start? Well, let's start with the first cut. I'll cut an eyeball first. Alright, let's see. Get this camera moved over here a little bit. Alright. Hello, everybody. I am getting a little bit of a late start, so 9:45 my time or so. Daniel Davis over on YouTube. Hello, sir. Wish I had the room to set up my gear to get back into doing scrolling. Well, depending on the size of your saw, you don't need much space. Uh, through the years, I've gone from sitting on front porch, sitting in a small little 8x10 storage building. I am now in a, what is this, 26 by 10, I think. And there for a while, I was set up in my spare bedroom. So you can put these saws almost anywhere. Oh yeah. It helps to get seated in that bottom clamp. I had a scroll saw set up in my spare bedroom and had a bandsaw set up in the dining room. So do what you got to make it work. This is the third time I have cut this particular pattern, and I know I said it in the description. If anybody interested, this Charles Dearing, this is his window series, and this was Elk in the Window. It is a layered cut. That was the second piece that I have done with this pattern. On this one, I'm eliminating the window. We're just doing the elk itself. And this is going in a custom frame. We will show you the frame here in just a little while. That piece we just showed on camera, that was cut 16 by 20. That was the second piece. The first piece I did, I can't remember. I think it was in a 11 by 14 range. And then this one will, well, the board size is 8 by 10, but the actual picture cutout is more of a squared off oval. So you're only going to see, well, right here, my pattern lines, we have kind of gone with the contour of the frame opening. And just so I missed a comment there. Daniel Davis said, "Are you using BBP?" I'm not familiar with your verbiage there. Sorry if you have BBP. I am not sure what that means. And Jesse Ramirez, "Hello, sir," says, "What kind of wood are you using?" I did forget to mention that. This is 1/8 inch mahogany. And a 000 Nequa spiral blade. There's the back side of that. JJE has joined us on the YouTuber side. Hello, hello. And good evening to everybody else out there not saying anything in the chat. We are streaming to Facebook and YouTube. So if you hear me reading comments that you do not see, they are probably on one of the other platforms. No left or right in this pattern. Actually, there is. There is a left, a right, a top, and a bottom to this custom frame because it is not perfectly symmetrical. And I was smart enough to make sure that before I started trying to transfer and glue down a pattern. Daniel Davis, Baltic Birch. Ah, gotcha. Brainfart forgot how to spell it, but you just answered it. Okay. Yeah, no Baltic Birch. I will try to remember what that abbreviation is for. And if I had been really smart, I would have known that. But this is 1/8 inch mahogany. No left or right. He must have been watching last night's show. That was quite comical there for a minute. And not so comical for a minute. But we made it work. We made it work. And we learned to pay attention at what direction we're running the piece through the saw. Especially when you're trying to make two different directional miters. Path has joined us on the YouTuber side. Hello, and hello to all. Yes, if I'm going to read names, I should read them correct, right? Path 1961. And that is Pat for short. Billy Burt, the Messy Studio, has joined us on the YouTuber. Hello, sir. Somebody's knocking on the door. Let's see who's trying to come in there. Mr. Rusty Nails with a Z. Hello. It's just me. How you are, sir?
I'm doing copacetic, brother. Everything's cool.
Good.
Oh, we got a deer in the headlights.
Yeah, we're working on this. Is the third time I've cut Mr. Charles Dearing's elk pattern.
Oh, it's an elk, not a deer. Pardon me.
Yeah,
Don't
just
want
a
to be
big
accused of
deer. A big
not
deer.
knowing Animals. Oh,
Yeah. Third time I've cut this piece, and this will be the smallest version of it so far.
I mean, Charles is made to be cut about 4 times as big as that, right?
Right.
Hello, Kim. Robin's here.
Oh, Robin has joined us.
I know a Dan Davis over here. I wonder if he's the same one.
Over on the, yeah, Robin's Buys and DIYs on the YouTuber channel.
Looks like a few come from John's show to come over and say hello.
Was he still streaming?
No, he just got done.
Oh, okay.
Robin's asking, what is that pattern, Wes?
That is, let me pull this back up over here. This is Charles Dearing's Windows series.
Aha, yes.
There's elk in the window. I think he has a wagon, old horse-drawn wagons
Yeah.
behind the window,
He has several
and
of
then
them
I
like
think
that.
there's a windmill or an old barn maybe. I can't remember what all's on there, but this was the second version I did. That's 16 by 20.
Mm-hmm.
That was the piece we did. Tell you how long ago that was. That was the piece I did up and did the. I gave that away whenever Charles's house caught on fire, and we did that that GoFundMe deal. And for everybody
Yeah.
that donated, we put in a pot and drew a name and gave that piece away.
Pretty cool. Billy said he'll be right back.
And I believe a feller by the name of Russ. No, Ross? I can't remember. I want to say that's who won that piece.
Well, it weren't this Russ, I'll tell you that.
That's been, I guess we're coming up on 4 years now. 4 years, what was that, New Year's Eve?
Shoot, I don't remember now.
It was New Year's Eve. I think it's been 4 years, or fixing to be 4 years.
Doesn't seem like it's been that long.
It sure does not.
I guess I better put up my Cheez-Its because Robin was getting a little anxious. She wanted some Cheez-Its. I don't want her to tempt her on 2 shows, so I'm gonna put them up. There we go. Yeah, I've got to find me an old computer that runs Windows XP, or go buy extra hardware to make my CNC run off of the new Windows 10. Either way,
Oh, yeah.
I'm at a standstill. I think I had a rat get in my shop and left me a little present inside that computer.
Oh,
Yeah, he kind of left me a little leftovers in there, and he took a weed inside on my main board. Yeah, naturally, she no longer works. Wouldn't even come up. Hello, Chris. Daniel said he didn't know that happened to Charles. I've been away from the scroll saw community for a while.
yeah, he was out in the shop working and came back to open his front door and was hit with ambers in the face.
Yeah.
Uh,
Lost
they
a
had-
lot of pieces
they
that
had,
he had too.
yeah. They had narrowed it down to a laptop charging cord shorted out, caught the couch on fire in the living room, which in turn went up and caught the ceiling fan on fire. And that's where all the main damage was, right there in the living room. But they had soot damage throughout the entire house.
Mm-hmm.
So they pretty much gutted the entire inside of the house and rebuilt it. Everything but the exterior bricks.
Hello, Janet Gilmore. It's a Wild West. It's a wild, wild west.
Maybe just one wild. It's a weeknight. I stayed up way too late last night getting that butterfly finished up.
Yeah,
Finally, it took me right at an hour to cut it, Russ.
okay, you're
It
a
was
little bit off.
right at an hour. I finished up at 2 hours and 34 minutes.
You're a little bit off.
It took me an hour to make the 2 butterflies and then an hour to cut the moon.
Well, I'll tell you what, they came out real nice. I saw those pictures.
I was very happy with it.
Yeah, they're nice. Howdy, Janet. Dan says the last piece he did was almost a year or so ago. I traded it for a small tiller.
Oh, yeah?
Well, that works.
Well, I sold 2 great big pieces to pay for this saw right here I'm using. So
He must have got a pretty fair penny for that, because that's a heck of a price saw.
yes, sir. Those were 2 big pieces, and they shipped to Las Vegas.
Ah.
I said this piece is going to Colorado.
Oh. Randy Noble says Scroll Saw Garage is watching.
Scroll Saw Garage. Well, welcome aboard. Scroll Saw Garage.
You got a website? I mean, a YouTube site there, Mr. Scroll Saw Garage? If you do, put it out there in the chat. We go take a look.
Either YouTube or Facebook page.
Yeah,
He is in the Facebook chat.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Either way, put it out there. Maybe you'll get some followers.
Yeah, go ahead and post that if you got it there. Share a link.
We just got a Facebook page. Pop it in there, buddy. Get some free advertising.
Oh, there's no free advertising. You got to watch this video to be able to.
Till the end, too, by God. And he goes long.
It's going to cost you something. No. And just a Facebook page, he says.
Yep.
And if you have not found it, or maybe you are already a member, if you go to my main Scroll Saw Cafe page, there is a link to the private group Scroll Saw Cafe as well. I try to keep all the riff-raff at bay.
Yep. You gotta mind your P's and Q's, huh?
That's right.
Randy says, just a redneck with a saw.
Redneck
right
with a
in.
song.
Yeah, it makes it sound like a title for a song.
By golly, are you in Texas?
It might be.
I should have just skipped that and said, what part of Texas are you in?
Oh, he be in the southern part.
I'm in Alvin. Old Russ here's in Beaumont.
Right on.
About an hour and a half.
Oh, he's in Missouri.
Missouri?
Missouri? That's almost in New York.
Get a rope!
Yeah.
You know, you don't see them old salsa commercials no more.
No, can't do that no more.
Yeah. New York City.
Yeah.
Paste pecani sauce.
Dan had a question. He said, what's the best way to go about pricing a scroll saw piece?
All of my prices are based off of my hours. So, if I sometimes I guesstimate close enough to get by.
Yeah.
Like last night, I was figuring 45 minutes to cut that piece. It took me an hour. So, I mean, still, I'm not gonna say, oh, if I cut this in 45 minutes, I'll divide my hourly rate. No, I give you a 1 hour minimum or whatever. But I charge $20 an hour, and whatever my finish time comes out to be. Sometimes I get ahead, sometimes I get a little behind. But on these, man, I must have done something. I can't find the clamp. Oh, yeah? Oh, me too. Me too.
I think I must have. You were from, Wes?
Alvin, Texas.
South of Houston.
About.
Well, look at her. Tommy Miller shows up. He said, well, slap me silly and call me Willie. It's old Wesley, the Alvin Flash.
Hi. Yeah, I'm probably 35 to 40 minutes south of Houston, depending on the time of day you try to travel.
I'm a good about an hour and 15, 20 from east of Houston, and I'm glad to be east of Houston. I don't care for Houston. It's too big. Too easy to get lost there.
That it is.
If you didn't thank God for Google Maps or OnStar, get me where I'm going.
Yeah, I've been doing this for 10 years and I still get lost.
How you been doing, Tommy? Let me ask you a question. When you sell your pieces like this, so you put frames on all of them, or is it just what the customer wants?
Typically, I don't, unless it's one of my really big pieces, and then I'll go ahead and frame them out. But generally, selling to the public, I try to let people pick out their own frames, because they might want something a little different than what I want. You know.
Right.
But generally, I if they want me to go ahead and frame it, yeah, that's my hourly rate plus whatever the cost of the frame is going to be.
Yeah,
If they
the
want to
type
put
of
a
wood.
little $10 frame on it, then that's what
Mm-hmm.
we'll get. Or uh, I know I kind of splurge on the pieces I have hanging in my living room. Some of those have got, which I hit the frame sale or the frame shops at the right
Mm-hmm.
times, and I catch them discounted
Mm-hmm.
over in the clearance rack. So I've got one frame in there that regular price was almost $200, and I picked it up for 75.
Wow.
So that's still that. I'm like, dadgum, who pays $75 for a frame? You go to Walmart and get one for $9.95. But yeah, these aren't your $9.95 Walmart frames.
No, they're not. Dan says he's about an hour south of Nashville, Tennessee. I've not been to Nashville, but I have been to Chattanooga.
I was in Nashville back in January.
Mm. And Tommy says he's been staying busy and out of trouble.
Well, I believe the busy part.
Yeah, about that other part, I don't know. I have a dog and she is just crying, wanting me to do something with her, but she never tells me what it is. Aggravates me.
Shoot a holder.
No, she don't. She wants something in the other room, and I take her into the other room, and by God, she stops and looks at me like I'm supposed to know what she wants. She used to tell me I would get into the living room, and she would stop, and I say go, and if she turned left to go to the front door, I knew she wanted to go outside. If she turned right to go into the kitchen, I knew she wanted something to eat or some water. Now she just stops at that point and just looks at me. She won't tell me what she wants. She stays right there. Randy said, are you using the dreaded spiral blade?
We are using the 000 Nequa spiral. And I got some kind of, there was a hard spot or something in that. I hit it on the bottom and right there on the top again. Kind of snagged me up for a second.
Sounded like you had a knot. Wouldn't have thought, but. Well, let me go see what she's wanting. I'll be right back.
I'll be right here.
For another hour, 2:42. Okay.
What blade are you using? Daniel says 000. Let me see here. I have a gross of these sitting here. 144 blades minus whatever I've used, probably 3 or 4 of them out of that dozen there, from burwood.com. Never mind, you just answered. I don't mind answering more than once. Tommy, this saw looks clean compared to mine. He must have waxed it. No, sir, no, sir. I have never put a single coat of wax on any of my tables. But that is some slick wood. And I don't dare show you what it looks like underneath this table. It's a little not so clean. We've got some yellow sawdust and some white sawdust and some brown sawdust and a few little chunks of other whatnot pieces, but it's nice to see all that mess under there again.
Dad said he had to leave.
Oh, all right. Good night, Dale. Or good morning.
Tom says, dang, Wesley's saw looks clean compared to mine. He must have waxed that puppy. He asked, did you move your saw out to your shop?
I am back out in the shop.
Yeah.
I was in the midst of getting my shop rebuilt. Or not rebuilt, but remodeled.
Remodeled, yeah.
And I still ain't got the sheetrock hung back up on the ceiling. I kind of postponed that and started scrolling again. I said, I don't need no sheetrock up on that ceiling to run this saw.
Who needs any stinking sheetrock?
And it's not even really a whole lot. I think I need like 5 more pieces of sheetrock to do out here. Well, actually 6, because I got a spot right here at the back door where that last roof leak messed it up.
Tommy says, oh no, old West has been domesticated. Yeah, they tend to do that to you.
Been domesticated.
Yep.
You call it what you want, but she feeds me good.
Yep, he's been tamed. You know, that's the plot there, the plan.
Oh, mama bear. She said, listen here, Sonny. You gotta get that sawdust out of this house. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. And he moved out in the shop. Yeah, my wife won't let me scroll saw in the house at all. I've got a spare room. This house has 4 bedrooms. One of them she's using as a craft room. We got 1 spare bedroom, and then the other bedroom could be my scroll saw shop, but no, she's filled it full of junk. Got junk you can't hardly walk in there, and so that put a negatory on the scroll saw in the house. I think she did it on purpose.
Nah.
Oh yeah, them got ulterior motives, man. They don't forget nothing.
No.
Randy says, "Gotta run, guys." He pushed the button to get notifications. Enjoyed the video.
Good.
Come on back now, you hear? Tommy said, "Dang, I ain't used 1/4-inch Baltic birch in forever. Been using 1/2-inch Baltic birch for name plaques."
Yeah. Them old cedar pickets work good for little name plaques too.
They do.
I'm surprised. I ain't had no orders for them at all this last year.
Huh. Robin says, I'm still here and just doing other stuff too.
All right. Well, we're still glad to have you.
I don't know, but I think that old Charles fella would be through with this pattern by now.
Yeah, they'd still be working on the first cut.
But you know, he doesn't start scrolling until 18 minutes into the show.
All right.
I didn't see him today. Of course, I just got out and about going whenever John's show popped on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching the rain all stinking day long.
Well, I'm about tired of this rain.
You ain't me. You ain't by yourself, man.
Like we needed it all summer long. We don't need any right now in this cool weather.
I don't need it. Tommy says he liked that moon pattern you did the other day. The font on the words looked a lot better.
It turned out pretty nice.
It did. I was thinking I might steal that thing. Except for the butterflies. I might not do the butterflies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, make sure you cut a left and a right.
I think I will go back to that. I remember he told me something. You know, I left for that dog a while ago to go see what she wanted. She did just what I told you she was going to do. She stopped right at the crossroads and didn't do anything. Now she's crying, want me to take her back in there again. She can go by herself. The gate's open. She's got food. She's got water. She's got a pot to pee in. What does she want? I don't know what you want. Well, she's sure getting on my last nerve, I'll tell you that. My very last nerve. You better get out of here. She's 16. Next month she'll be 16.
16.
She's about at the end of her life. Got a lot of problems she does, but she's still kicking, so.
What kind of dog is it?
Little Shih Tzu.
Okay.
I got 2 Shih Tzus and just got 2 regular cats now. I'm tired of animals. I'll put it to you that way.
Yeah.
JJ Jim says, and feed them in the saw correctly.
Yeah.
Ain't talking about my dog, is
he? He's talking about that left and right cut.
Oh, okay, that, yeah.
I meant to go back and watch that video and
see right where you messed up.
See, I did. He said, "Don't you need a left and a right?" I said, "Yeah, it's Baltic birch, man. I'm cutting 4 pieces. You just turn it over." And then I thought, "Oh, wait a minute." Yeah, you can turn it over, stupid, but you're gonna have one facing up, one facing down. You're right. I do need a left and a right. So I split them apart, the 4 pieces. Made my first 2 cuts. Beautiful, beautiful cuts, by the way. Run the second. I turned my saw from one angle to the other, 20 degrees left, 20 degrees right, and then still spun around and turned the second pieces in backwards and cut 4 lefts.
You made it work, my God. Yeah, it was a whole lot better making it work than having to cut new ones. You heard
I
mouthing
did,
off
yeah.
on them?
As soon as I flopped them down on the chair behind me off camera, I looked at it and I said, "Well, hell."
That ain't gonna work.
If I'd known I was just going to turn them around backwards, I wouldn't even change the angle on the saw.
Yeah, that's true.
Just goes to show you, it doesn't matter what I try to do good, and I still screw it up.
It also goes to show you folks that if you're just starting out, even the ones that's been doing that 10 to 15 years still make mistakes.
Yeah. I've been scrolling somewhere around 20 years.
Jim said he tried to tell you.
Yeah, he did. He said, "I'll just try to help." He tried to help, and he did a good job helping me. He made me stop and think about it before I done it. And then I still turned around and done it wrong.
Yeah, Jim, he said, I got this. Oops, I don't got this.
Yeah, hold my beer and watch this. Somebody hold my Pepsi. I got 2 cuts right there. I didn't drill.
What?
That'll put me at 68 pilots. Yep, right there in this bum.
Oh, Tommy's asking a question. Is Wes still running from the police? There's a story in there somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, I got me one of them high-speed trophies the other day.
Oh, maybe that was you that my wife heard on the scanner.
Friday morning.
Oh, man.
And he was driving a Chevy. I was driving a Ford. I believe if I hadn't stopped and pulled over, waited on him, I could have outrun him.
I saw that post.
No, they coming right outside of Alvin. They've changed the speed limit from 55 down to 45.
Oh boy!
And man, I get behind a couple of these cars that are just bebopping through town, and I hate driving slow. And I'm stuck behind them, and I finally seen an opening, and I hopped out trying to get around them real quick, and this old feller pulls out in front of me from the right side, and I had done kicked it up to 76. And
in a 45?
In a 45. Yeah.
Oh, that's a big ticket. That's a real big ticket.
I said, as soon as he pulled out and straightened up, I said, "Huh." I said, "All right." So I done let off, and I just pulled over to the side of the road before he even turned around. He said, "I do appreciate you pulling over and waiting, but you know I'm going to have to write you up." I say, yeah.
You know, you can outrun that, like Tommy's saying, you can outrun that car, but you ain't going to outrun that radio.
Right?
Oh, yeah. My dad was doing 150 miles per hour last night.
Yeah, his wife was listening to the scanner, and there was a police chase, and it was a BMW doing 150 miles an hour, and the cop trying to catch him. They slowed down to 130, you said?
Yeah, they lost lost him and let it go.
They lost him and let it go. Couldn't catch him. Shay just joined us. Hello, Shay.
Hello, Shaylee. Yeah, but he pulled out, and as soon as he got straightened up in his lane, we done made eye contact. Yeah, so there ain't even no point in me making you chase me.
Yeah.
Because we both know. It's and as soon as I went on by him, I seen them brake lights.
Yeah. I remember
Yep.
many years ago, there was you would come up to an intersection to Highway 69 overpass there, and they were doing some construction on it, so they had it blocked off. You couldn't get on there going to the left to join that way going south, and you had to go all the way around north and make the next exit and come back. But there was a guy in front of me that went ahead and did it anyway, even though he was coned off. He went, and so I said, well, screw it, if he did it, I did it. And as I got underneath that overpass, I seen the cop pulling his butt over. The cop was stationed right there waiting for somebody to do it. So he got him pulled over, and he's talking to him, and then there, lo and behold, he sees my tail, and I'm coming around. He stops talking to him for a second and points at me with his pencil in his hand. He said, pull over. You do not know how bad I pulled over, but I almost hit the gas to get the hell out of there. And I said, shit, hit me. He'd probably throw that down and come after me in a New York minute. So I said, I just can't do it. I took my ticket and went on.
Right.
Oh, man, yeah. I said, I was such a dumb. I knew I shouldn't have done it. I just didn't want to go all the way around, you know. Paid the price. I paid the price a couple of times for not wearing that seatbelt, too. That was not a nice price.
Yeah.
A couple $100, I think it was, both times.
That's what Cindy said. I guess I can foresee defensive driving in your future.
Yeah.
That little boy kept telling me, you running late to work? Nope. Or you in a hurry? Nope. Oh, you do know what the speed limit is, don't you? I said, yeah, it's 55 right up at the end of this little stretch that I was almost in, which still ain't going to do me no good because that still puts me 20 over the limit.
That's still a good price.
He said, oh, no. He said, they dropped that speed limit about a month ago down here. And it's ridiculous because on the other side of town, it's 65 all the way to Manville. Yeah, 45 all the way from Alvin into Pearland. But if you travel the opposite direction going over to Manville, it's 65.
Yeah, that's
and it don't make no sense.
It don't make any sense at all.
Well, even from here all the way to Galveston on Highway 6, it's back until you get through all the little small towns, and then they kick it down to 35, you know, going through. But out the skirts of town, it's 65 all the way, 45 miles all the way to Galveston.
I've not been on Highway 6 coming into Galveston. I've been on 45 a few times coming in. But
He said, I would love to just give you a warning, but I can't let you walk for this one. I said, I knew you weren't going to let me walk. But he kept saying, why are you running so fast if you ain't late? And I said, well, I told you when you walked up to my window. I said, I done kicked it out trying to get around them other cars that was just putt-putting along. I said, I just hate driving slow.
Oh, my God.
But he said, well, 75 is way too damn fast on this road.
Well, he should have gave you a little cut for being honest about it.
Right?
You know, he would have probably given me a ticket for going too slow. The part of our highway here, Highway 69, goes through this whole southeast Texas area. It's 75 miles an hour when you're even in town. It's 75 miles an hour on the highway, and people will do that in 80. But me, I poke along 55, something like that. Sometimes 50. I just don't get in a hurry.
Right.
I'm in the slow lane. You know, people get aggravated because they're zooming past me. A couple of them have shot me the finger. And I said, well, damn. And just because it says 75 don't mean I got to do 75.
Right.
That's the most you're supposed to do, not the least. And so they would probably give me a ticket for holding up traffic. I've heard that. You know, you can go, I think, up to 15 miles an hour slower than the stated speed limit and be okay. But anything more than that, they tend not to like it.
I know what is that? I-30 or I-40 that runs through Amarillo.
Oh yeah, it's 40 probably.
They have actually a minimum speed limit posted.
Really?
They
used to not do that. They don't do that anymore usually.
That's the only interstate I've ever seen where they actually post a minimum.
They used to do it all the
limit.
time. They used to have those all the time.
Yeah.
And they would say the speed limit would drop at night.
Right.
And stuff like that too. They don't. I don't think they do that anymore.
Georgia golf cart.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tommy
most
says-
everybody.
Tommy says after he retired, he slowed down too, Russ. He says, I'm not in a hurry to get anywhere anymore. Same with me, bud. I take my time. I poke along. It's like Hop Along Cassidy, I guess, for an old-timey reference. Anybody that's old would know that one.
Hop on, Casty.
No, I aggravate a lot of people. I think they're driving too slow. I'm not in a hurry to get anywhere anymore. Usually, for the most part. When I do the speed limit, my wife, I know she probably looks at me, huh? Why are you going so fast for? I said, I'm not. I'm doing the speed limit.
Right.
She said, you never go that fast.
Yeah.
There's some ice cream in there. I think I'm gonna go in the packet.
Oh,
You didn't eat it last night.
is that my ice cream you talking about? Oh, she better not get any of my ice cream.
I get tickled though at all the people that talk about somebody getting over in the left lane trying to drive the speed limit. That's supposed to be the fast lane. Like last time I checked, even on 610 loop here in Houston, it's 6 lanes of traffic. The speed limit's the same in all 6 lanes.
It is.
Like there ain't no go fast lane or go slow lane. They all the same speed lane.
Robin asked a question. She said, you guys like Billy Joel. What's your favorite song by him? I like some of his older stuff. I can't tell you the names of them until I hear them on the radio. But I do like his older stuff.
I'd rather Bryan Adams.
Yeah, my wife's a big Bryan Adams fan. Oh, you probably like him, Robin. He's a Canadian. He don't do it anymore, but. Oh, Robin said she saw Bryan Adams in concert. Well, you did one better than the wife, because she loved them songs. Cuts like a knife, and it feels so right. I like that. Can't do any more. Yeah, thank you very much. Can't do any more because I don't want him to get a copyright strike. you that. Hey, Robin, you seeing this?
No, this is what it's going to look
These
like.
are the bloomers for the little dress that she's making for this
Here's
little
the other
girl.
thing right here. Here's the dress. They kind of look like little Mickey Mouse pants or Minnie Mouse
Oh,
pants.
let me,
Oh, you was gonna make me big?
yeah.
You couldn't see me because I had them holding them up. Hang on, hand them back.
They're going to
Put
Disney
that arm out a
World.
little bit more there, heifer.
They're going to Disney World.
Yeah, they're going to Disney World. These are the bloomers
Oh,
for the
yeah.
little dress that she's
Here's the
making. She's
dress.
got to go make the dress now.
Show them this. And it's going to have the Dumbo on it, too.
That's going to be the dress. It's going
Okay.
to have the Dumbo on it as well. I guess it's going to be embroidered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to Disney World.
That's plum cute.
Plum cute.
It is cute. Hadn't sewn in so long, though.
Yeah.
Not anything like this, anyways. I used to sew when Riley was a baby.
Yeah. Robin says all cute, and Jerry says you look good in that, Russ. Sorry, my name's not Charles Dearing. I'm not wearing those. Jim says it won't fit you, Russ. Yeah, you're right, Jim. It won't be a chance of me trying it out either.
No, it's so precious little thing.
Oh, come on now. It's
No. And I'm not going in the backyard doing those stinking cartwheels either.
yeah.
That would be a sight to see.
See, I made my own bicycle, too, see?
Robin says, Russ, it's not a dainty skirt. He won't wear it either. Charles.
God forbid help that poor man.
Sometimes I think so too. I say he's my friend, but sometimes I can't figure him out.
Me neither.
Arthur Lovell is asking, are you using a 1/8 inch wood?
Yes. This is 1/8 inch mahogany.
1/8 inch mahogany.
It smells a little funny cutting too.
I bet it would stain
I
pretty
want
well.
to be done so I can work on my own craft stuff.
Well, I think you better get busy.
I'm dreading it just like I'm dreading those, and I made it like within a couple hours. Well, it didn't take very long at all.
I'm in that same boat, and I'd like to finish the cabin before the end of the year.
How many more cuts you got on that rock?
A lot.
Well, I just got my windmill from Herbie, and I know there's over 2,500 cuts in that thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be, oh, it's fancy. It's a copy of the little windmill we have here in Nederland, in town here, the Dutch windmill,
Okay.
and it's a museum and stuff. But yeah, you know the old singing cowboy Tex Ritter. He was from here. John Ritter's daddy, and John played football here.
Okay.
Had some pictures of him in a football uniform and stuff, but then of course they moved. But a lot of their memorabilia is in the top part of the windmill, and I just like the look of the blasted thing. So I took a picture. The wife took a good picture,
We were on a golf cart that day.
and yeah, we was tootling down by it on the golf cart. Stop! It's good light. So I stopped and backed up and got in the right spot for her, and she took a hell of a picture. I sent it to Herbie, and he made me a pattern of it.
Okay, so
And,
it's not one of his public patterns then.
Yeah, he put it on his website. I told him he
Okay.
it's okay if he does it.
Okay.
You know what you need to
I got
do?
the first one.
Probably need to run an electrical outlet underneath the porch so that we don't have to use the extension cord to plug the golf cart in.
Right on. I've already thought of that.
Because we're going to trip and break our necks one day.
I'll never get too old to break my neck on tripping over. Well, I might.
I gotta go and figure out how to do this.
Oh, you're almost done, man.
It's that top part of the dress that's in the instructions. It can't be that hard.
All right, now, how many more minutes you say you got into this that you'll take before you're done?
How many more?
Yeah, you don't have much.
Freaking all the time here.
I'll have to stop and take me a look here when I finish this cut.
You're at 112.
I'm gonna say maybe another 15 minutes.
All right, 15 minutes. That puts you at 1 and 27.
I hope you don't want to put 15 million of them because
Come on, Dead Flibbit.
you know what, that dress is totally different.
Those spirals, they're not the reverse spirals, are they?
No.
Okay. I bought a gross of those from Wooden Teddy Bear. And the number 1 spiral reverses. I actually like those rascals.
Yeah.
They leave a lot less fuzzies than regular spiral blades do. I was surprised that it was not as good as a flat blade, I don't think, ultra reverse or something like that. But it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out who Tommy was talking to, huh? Howdy, MS. I looked all up in there for an MS. Tom says, I got Charles' scroll on pattern the other day, but haven't gotten around to cutting it yet. I haven't gotten it yet.
Is he talking to Martha Stewart?
Yeah, hey, that's a good one. Last one I got of Charles is a big 4-wheel drive Jeep that he put up.
Oh, yeah.
I've got that one. That's the last one I picked up. I haven't cutting that yet either, but it's in my list. Tom says, I'm glad you two are real men and use spiral blades. I use both. I use flat and spirals. Both of them have their uses.
I debated using a flat blade tonight. I really did.
If it's a thick piece and a lot of straight cuts, I'll probably go with a flat blade. But for portrait work, spirals are the way to go, man. I'm still not as sharp as I should be with spirals on straight line cuts.
Right.
But I do have a problem with it because the lines are black and the blade is black, and I sometimes have a problem differentiating between the two.
Right.
And so that's why I usually put a yellow stroke around it so I can at least see the yellow and I can cut it.
Well, that's what, like, if
Hey!
you notice, this is outlined in red. Normally, I just transfer with the carbon paper, but
Right.
I knew I was going to have to kind of work with this piece to
So you did. You went around it again
accommodate this.
with
Well,
red. You went around it.
to accommodate this, it's kind of a squared off oval shape cutout for the frame.
Okay.
So I thought, well, I got to be careful how I lay this out because I want my cut edges to fit that frame. And I just took the glass out, drew my perimeter, and then it had a little piece of, it's not a real glass piece, it's just a little plastic sleeve that drops down in it. Well, I took a permanent marker and I traced around that cutout, and then laid it over my sheet of paper, and I traced that outline on the piece of paper in pencil. And then I just pulled up the pattern on my computer, and I just shrunk it down to fit inside that cutout, and I just traced it like I would on my light box. Just traced it off on the paper, and then came back and outlined it with the red ink pen.
Tommy explained he was saying howdy MS. He was midnight scroller. Since he came on for a minute and took off like greased lightning.
Oh.
Yeah, she did. She was here just for a second. Billy's back.
Welcome back, Mr. Billy.
Welcome back. I ain't gonna sing that song either. No copyright strikes from me, buddy.
I believe karaoke would be fun.
I don't know about that. Oh, Billy said he's got 2 turkeys in the brine and a drinky. Life is good.
Turkeys in the brine.
Yeah, you drinking that, you ain't drinking bourbon, are you?
No, I'm drinking Pepsi.
I'm talking to Billy.
Oh, okay.
I was drinking root beer, but it's gone. Life is always good, Billy, when you're retired. Got money coming in, you ain't got to worry about it. Oh, dog of the egg. Well, yeah, I like that. I take it without the alcohol, but I like it.
Being home all day, every day.
Yeah, driving her nuts, me being home all day, every day.
No, it's just only 19 days are so bad.
Yeah, well, we don't have a regular. We got a sleeping schedule like Charles.
Oh, it's worse than
Yeah.
Oh, it's worth it. Up all night and sleep all day.
You wake up tired.
Yeah, well, all you want to do is come back to sleep.
Kind of what I was told when I came in and laid down at 2:45 this morning. Do you ever sleep? No.
Yeah, put a hyphen in it, Robin.
I wonder.
Billy said his nog does have alcohol in it. Isn't there a song about that?
Oh, yeah, they had a nog out my way.
Yeah, there might be.
I saw a nog and I did not buy it.
Ooh, that's my favorite.
Never mind.
Yeah, they got the Borden's eggnog, which I like. It's just sweet. It's sweet, good stuff. And they have the Oak Farms, which has the nutmeg in it, which I don't like. So
You don't
buy
like
it.
nutmeg?
No, I don't like the nutmeg in it. It makes it not as good to me as the Borden's, which is just pure sweet milk. It's sweet. Up all night, sleep all day. Yeah, that's the same thing I was just saying there, Tommy.
If you don't stop,
Which dog is she talking to?
I don't know. Probably Harley talking to Heather.
Yeah, it was Joe Wall.
Kind of like talking about that eggnog. I still, my mama for years and years she had homemade recipe for eggnog,
Mm-hmm.
and they called it preacher's wife eggnog.
Well, now.
And she didn't put no alcohol in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was last year. A couple of ladies come by looking for recipes and stuff, trying to put a little cookbook together, sell for the city,
Mm-hmm.
some kind of little fundraiser thing. And she said, "Yeah, I'll I'll do something." And they said, "Well, we wanna put that in there and do a little tribute to some kind of tribute to my daddy there."
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Okay." She gave them this recipe. Well, then whoever put this recipe turned around and doctored it a little bit. Said it works great if, and I want to say if they put what is it? Not
A lot of them put rum.
they almost said Hennessy, but no, it's Southern Comfort. That's what it was. Southern Comfort. Now here's my mama, 67 years old. She doesn't know what Southern Comfort is. And she called me and told me what was going on. She said, "What in the world is Southern Comfort?" I said, "Well, it depends on where you're at. Southern Comfort means you in the South and you lay down, you get comfortable, or where I'm from is some alcohol." Oh, she was hot that they had come in and doctored that recipe. She said, here they are. They're trying to give my daddy some kind of tribute in his cookbook, and they take her recipe and turn it around and put liquor in it. She said they made a mockery of me. Everybody in this town knows I don't drink. They know your daddy didn't drink, and here they done put this in there. Oh, she was upset.
Well, she didn't take a drink of it, did she?
No.
Oh.
But no, they had printed like 100 of these little cookbooks, and here they are, like every one of the. Oh, she was embarrassed. And she contacted that lady over it.
No kidding.
She said, "I can't believe you did this. Why would you do this? I gave you a recipe that didn't have alcohol in it. You turned it around and made a mockery out of everything that me and my husband stood for. But you're calling it a tribute." And she didn't appreciate it. So they said, "We didn't mean no harm," but a lot of people in that live around there, they like that alcohol, and they did put in there that if you want to spice it up a little bit, you can add this. And I said, well, they should have asked you,
Right. Well, they could put a little disclaimer in there. This is not quite the recipe, but if you want to add it up, I like the way you said it though. You could add a little spice to it.
You want to kick it up a little bit.
Robin, that was Joe Walsh. Not a hairband. Well, it's not the same song that I'm thinking of. And repurpose is a better term. That's the more politically correct, I guess, term that they're using now instead of reuse. It was the James gang. That's what I'm talking about. Joe Walsh was with them. Right on. There you go. You can't teach no dog these tricks. Me and Billy know. Joe Walsh is the real deal. He played with the Eagles. Yep. James Gang had a couple of good songs out there. Walk Away. There's one of them, I believe. Hot Robin, Smelling Glue again. Yeah, Funk 49 is the name of the song. Ha! Jerry says he smells a 4-day weekend. Hello, Jerry. Long time no see. All right, you finished?
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more cuts.
Okay, because you just passed your time.
Yeah. Missed it by that much.
Yeah, Robin says she smells another 4 hours on a thumbnail. Well, get Herbie to make it for you. He can do one up in 5 minutes. Oh.
Where you at?
Better say, yeah, she can too, Russ. She can do one in 5 minutes. She just changes it 8 million times.
What's our real time getting to be, Russ? About 11:30ish?
11:13.
11:13. I really need to get a clock out here that works. Because the clock that hangs on my wall, it's 5 o'clock.
It's 5
It's
o'clock
always
somewhere.
it's always 5 o'clock in my shop.
There you go.
All right, now we'll pop those 2 that I missed.
Make sure you don't hit the table, man.
Yeah. I haven't done that yet. I have. I usually put a little piece of board behind it, and I can feel when it goes through this one, it hits the backer board. And well, I just put a new bit on this thing, number 60 drill bit, and a time or two. I usually just set that board on my stool back here behind me that I'm sitting on. So it's beginning to look like woodpeckers have got it, because from time to time that'll go through both boards into the chair.
I've done that the same way. I've had that board. I finally threw it away. Had so many. I used it for the drill press when I was using the drill press to poke the holes, and it's finally got a lot. Too much wood cut out to use.
Right.
So I finally chucked it and got a new one.
Well, I was doing something. I was cutting something with my circular saw What was I doing in here? Not too long. Oh, I was building that little cedar shelf
Mm.
that I put my deer head on. I had to 45 that back angle.
Yeah, yeah.
And I run that circular saw, and I thought, man, I need to rest this. So I clamped the side of that board over to the edge of my saw. I said, oh, yeah, I got plenty of clearance. And I run it through, and I forgot I had my blade set at 45. Yanked the side of my stool off.
Oh, man. Did you use a French cleat to put it up there? Were you talking about 45?
No, I was
Oh,
angle cutting
okay.
the side. Whoever figured out them French cleats was a genius.
Yeah, ain't that handy.
All right, one left cut. Maybe if I can find a pilot. There it be. I didn't miss it by too terribly much.
Billy says one left cut. He said, why not one right cut? This is one last cut.
One last. But we did need a left and a right.
That was on that other project.
I might have said one left cut. Because what I meant to say was one last cut. And I might have meant one last,
Oh my
or
God.
one cut left.
You're right, Tommy. Yeah, he said, oh, I heard one left cut.
That might have been what I
Instead of one
said.
cut left.
One cut left. I am dyslexic of the tongue.
Tommy says he didn't know how he forgot that. The song is Funk 49 and one of his best songs. Right. It's a damn good song.
Well, I have to go back and watch the replay to see what I said.
Yeah.
Let me mark that time. 1 hour and 34 minutes.
Yeah, Billy, I don't have any of their music, but I sure do like their music, that's for sure. I like Joe Walsh, period. He's really good guitarist as well.
All right. That's it.
Okay, you're 8 minutes over.
Oh,
overtime.
dead blabbit. Dead
8
blabbit.
minutes. You have never
No.
hit it just right
Nope. Nope.
yet.
God almighty.
Well, if you hadn't had to stop and talk so much,
No.
it would've
Yeah.
been- you'd have done it.
Let me see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 more cuts up
I
here.
saw those in red. I was wondering. Oh man, I saw that. I thought, well, it looks like he might have cut it already.
Well, yeah, somebody doesn't know what he's talking about tonight. Lay off the Pepsi. I just happened to look at. Let's peel some tape. No, don't peel the tape yet.
Billy said, blame it on him, Russ.
I'm blaming Joe Wall.
Jerry says someone was on a sugar high. Completely didn't see what he thought he saw.
At least I drilled the pilots for him.
Yeah.
Peeled the tape and I would have said, huh, I guess his left antler has shed for the year.
Oh, he got in a big bad fight and got him knocked off.
Well, if I'd seen these other 4 cuts, I'd have told you maybe 25 minutes instead of 15.
No excuse. Tommy says, I'm kind of disappointed Wes ain't using painter's blue tape. I'm a blue tape man myself. Kind of. I got that. That's unnecessary.
I find my blue tape doesn't adhere. Well, my paper doesn't. My glue doesn't adhere good to the blue tape. Doing the spray up. I might get halfway through a piece and the pattern will be trying to lift off of it.
Yeah, that's a pain in the patootie.
Alright, now we got 2 cuts left, I think.
Go over it one more time before you call it quits.
I'd turn around and look on the bag for pilots. Do you see any more shiny red spots? Except for these 2.
I ain't helping you, by God. I'm keeping the watch on the time.
All right.
Arthur says he used the blue tape with peeling stick paper. If you've already got peeling stick paper, you don't need blue tape. That's just a waste of blue tape. At least that's how I see it.
He's using the clear paper and blue tape?
He didn't say clear, he just said peeling stick.
Oh, peeling. That's what I meant. That's what I'm peeling stick and stick paper. Yeah, it don't come off very well.
And it don't come off very well. If you just use that Glad pressing seal now, spray your pattern and stick it on there. And when you do it right, you don't have to worry about it.
Oh my God, there's 41 pages to this pattern? Wow.
I'd put some more paper in it then.
All right. Now we're on the real last cut. One right cut left.
Robin asked, what about the windows? You're not doing windows on this one, huh?
No windows on this particular piece. Just the elk.
Yeah, that's not wide enough for the windows on there.
I don't know all this stuff.
You gotta cut 2 lefts, he said. Tommy did.
2 lefts. Make a
2 left
right.
cuts.
All right. And we did not break a blade tonight.
And you're at 41, so you're 14 minutes.
Right. Now that'll be the
Looking pretty
back side.
Pretty snazzy.
So the front side of this mahogany is a light color. Let me grab this. And if you notice, I did say there is a top, a bottom, a left, and a right to this frame. And I slid this back in the insert to make sure. And yes, our little line is not perfectly symmetrical around that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what you will see in this frame.
That's cool.
Let me grab. I've got to. This is
oval.
This is one of my my thrift store frames that I paid a whopping 50 cents for.
That's nothing wrong with that.
So
Got good scallops in it.
So what I got to do, because this is actually just a sleeve,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to disassemble this back piece.
Related to each other, so
But we kind of get some of it may go down in there with that paper on it. Yeah. I can't slide it all the way in there because the piece actually comes into right here on the inside of the frame, and I won't be able to slide it back out. But there's the concept. And that is cardboard back. But it won't be when we're done. So we'll peel off this shelf liner material.
And it doesn't leave no stickies.
And it doesn't leave no stickies. And actually it's pulling up any of that loose grain off of this. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
So kind of get rid of this. Mahogany is a lot like oak. It's real stringy grain.
Mm-hmm.
And I just lightly sanded it before I put the pattern on there, just to keep it from just peeling right off with all the splinters. But
all right.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Then 41 pages. Got 41 pages in there.
I don't know. Tommy says, dang, that's a nice frame for 50 cents. Honey, he needs to go shopping with you.
yeah. I think I picked up somewhere around 30 some odd frames that day for less than $50.
Dang.
This one is the only small one.
I bet you it's gross.
Everything I picked up that day was 16 by 20.
That's a lot of paper.
Oh, I actually got 3 of them that are bigger than 16 by 20, but most of them are around that size.
Yeah.
And all of that entire pattern just peeled off in one piece.
Nice.
With that shelf liner.
Well, you could put that back on another piece of wood and trace it out and cut you.
Yeah, there ain't much sticky left on it once you peel it off. Yeah.
You know what? It's cold.
That's nice. You don't lose too much.
Yep, that'll work. Let's see. And I went with that mahogany because if I put a little bit of clear on it, it's gonna darken up.
Mm-hmm.
And with a dark actually might play around with it. I was gonna just do a black backer, but
Yeah.
here's the back side of that mahogany, and I may just do that
Well, let me ask you a
on that
question.
dark frame.
You
And
already have the
kinda,
black backer on there.
it's cardboard,
Oh, is it?
and I think you had stepped away as I was explaining
Oh.
that. Where that sleeve is
I
for
see,
the picture
yeah.
that just slides in, it's cardboard back here,
Okay.
and I'm gonna do away with that sleeve,
Okay.
and then I will actually, because let's see, the cutting sits way down in the frame. You can see how much is left over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll actually cut a backer for it the size of the frame,
Yeah.
like this, and it'll all glue up together.
Arthur
You
was
won't
asking
actually.
where do you get that shelf paper at, and Robin told him they have it at Dollar Tree in the kitchen aisle.
Yeah, over in the kitchen aisle. This is actually shelf liner.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might look better than doing the black backer.
Yeah, I like it better.
So we'll probably end up doing that. It got a little bit of black on the frame, and then it'll tie you into all the browns.
Mm-hmm. Neat.
Yeah. Yeah. Won't take much sanding.
I wish when they would review this, if they would say, true to size.
Mm-hmm. Good job, Rick.
Well, thank you, sir. I think I will shut down a little early tonight. I'm going to leave it sitting right there. I'm not going to pull out my palm sander. I'm not going to try to finish this out tonight. I'm going to go take me a shower and go lay down.
All right.
Since I stayed up till after 3 o'clock this morning.
Ooh,
I'll take a little breather. Let's see.
Right.
Give us one good look at it there.
You gotta raise the camera. There you are.
I'm working on it.
That's nice, man.
I like it. Not bad. Last time I cut this pattern, it took me like 5 hours.
Well, you did
But
better.
that was 16 by 20, and there was a lot more detail. So, yeah.
Tommy says later, guys. Tommy says good job.
And let's see. There's what the last one looked like.
Yeah, that's sweet. Well, all right, everybody in the chat. We'll probably be saying good night fairly soon.
Yeah, you can't even tell the difference. Look at there.
No, it's just like it. Just a darker background.
Right.
And
That was
windows.
on the windows are cherry. The main piece on the elk is maple, and then walnut backer.
That's cool.
And one of those $29 Walmart frames. It looks fancy, don't it?
It does.
But that was one of those $30 frames at Walmart.
All right.
All right, fellers and ladies, whoever all is with me, I got 4 viewers and 11 thumbs up on this one. I don't know what my work schedule is going to be tomorrow, but I might come home at some point tomorrow evening and sand this down and get a little bit of finish sprayed on it.
Well,
See what
you don't have to
see
worry
what
about
we
it.
can finish.
John's not going to be in pocket tomorrow night.
No.
So you got all you want.
All right. I'm just about caught up on my Christmas orders. I've got all the big pieces done, and then I've got, Steve Good did that penny drop game, the little board game. I got 3 of those I got to make, and then I think my Christmas orders will be caught up.
All right then.
So I said, I'm gonna actually try, because I've got one built already that stays at my house. And I've been looking at all this walnut back here on the storage rack, and I'm thinking I might have to try to build one of the penny drops out of that walnut. And then that'll stay at my house, and I'll get rid of the other one.
I don't blame you.
If it works out. But all right. We'll call this quits, and I'll shut the live stream down. And again, thanks to everybody who stuck around and saw us through. That's a punny. Saw us through.
That's what he did. He saw it through.
All right. Russ,
Good night,
we'll
everybody.
talk to you again. Good night,
Hasta la
everybody.
vista.